guys, what's up? It's Nate Testa here. A lot of you guys have asked me about tuning with snares. So I was like, I have to change hoops on this SJC snare. So why not make a tuning video out of it? So that's what we're gonna do. Are you ready to go? I don't know if I am. And here we go. So for the sake of you guys watching me take the first rim off and put on the new rim, I'm just gonna do a time lapse, and then we'll get to the part where I start to tune everything and really break it down, and I'll try to go as fast as I can so I'm not elongating the process. Hope you guys enjoy, and here we go. Okay, now that that's taken care of, I'm sorry you can't see my face, but it's going to be a lot easier for you to see what I'm doing here. I'll even move this snare over just a tad so that you can see what's going on fully. Okay, so all the lugs are in, right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place them on top of where the lug is. Tension rods are all here, and we're going to make sure they're fitting nice and tight. Now I'm going to try to go as fast as I can, but I don't want to speed up the process just because I think it's super important for anyone to fully understand what needs to be done in this particular process. It's not a short process. It takes a little bit of time, especially when you're just figuring out what type of tuning techniques you're going to use. Now for me, I've normally done a lot of finger tightening. So before I even touch any of what I'm doing with my keys, I haven't put them in my pocket real quick, I make sure that I am doing this properly. So let's fast forward this real quick, and we'll come back to you after we finger tighten these. So let me explain exactly what I just did. If you saw in the time-lapse video, I finger tightened everything going diagonal across from each other. I'm tightening. Boom. Boom. Even flip my hands. Boom. Boom. Now what I did was, you can never get them fully tightened with your fingers. So just putting a slight amount of pressure here where the tension rod is, you're able to push down and relieve the pressure that is being applied to the tension rod and turn it tighter with your fingers without even touching your keys yet. Now, I'm at a point in a really good place where it has a little bit of sound, a little bit of tone, but I can really dial it in now, even with just a couple of turns. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little piece of maybe gel or something like that, put in the middle, and we'll get to cracking on this thing. Here we go. Alright, cool. I have my handy dandy drum tack, and I'm going to place this right in the middle. This takes out any tone whatsoever. Now, what I normally would do, I've already used this head before, so I don't have to do it again, but this is what I normally do. After tightening it with my hands, I then give the head just a little bit of CPR. Some people do this, some people also tighten it all the way, leave it overnight, tune it well, leave it overnight, let it sit, let the new head sit on the shell, sit on the bearing edge so it can set properly on the bearing edge. Took me a little bit longer to say that, but that's okay. Okay, so I know we would do a little bit of CPR. I give like a couple of pumps, and I don't need to, normally I'll get up and do this. I really do it like a CPR. Now again, you can tune it, tighten it up all the way, and let it go overnight, and then retune it in the morning because you'll have let the new head sit. So what I'm going to do now, grab my handy dandy keys made by Remo. The whole idea of this, like a two key method was introduced to me by Kenny Sheritz. He is the drum tech for a lot of people, but right now he's the drum tech for Little John Richards, who plays for Janet Jackson. And so what he does is think of it as a stereo type tuning. So you're doing this and you're doing them together. Because just like how you're hearing something in a stereo version, something may be pan to one side, pan to the other. When you're really having them work together, it's really dialing in what you're doing. Instead of just going back and forth, you're doing it together. You're hearing the tones together. So let's dial that in. I'm going to speed this little boy up, and then I will explain exactly what I did, and hopefully you guys can understand a little bit more on how to do this. And we are in business. All right. So let's just see how it sounds. It sounds sweet. Even with the drum tag on it. Now it sounds great, but I'm going to crank it just a little bit more. So what I plan on doing, do it live. Here we go. So I'm just going to crank it just a tad. This side. A little bit here. Crank a little bit here. So crank a little bit there too. Now, let's place the tack in the middle. All of them sound great. All of them are even. Sounds good. If you want to take a quicker listen or even a more intimate listen, just hear this tone. So it's all bad boy right here. I think this snare is ready to be back in business. And our work here is done. Let's do a quick overview of what just happened. Now, I was able to tighten everything with my hands. Okay. Then I was able to press down on the rim itself just to double check and make sure that I was able to get it as tight as possible. After that, I put a drum tack right in the middle and I started tuning. I turned simultaneously the lug I was working on and the one directly across from it together as I was slowly tuning the drum, making it at a very easy, nice stereo sound. Now, after that, I was able to kind of dial in the sound of the snare, tighten it just a little bit more, and the snare's ready to go. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you can subscribe and check me out as my Instagram, which is going to be right here at Testa_beat_lessons, or at Facebook with www.facebook.com/TestaBeatLessons. Have a great day, everyone. Peace out. See you in the next video.